Hello and welcome back to episode 2 of Rewriting History, where we are in charge of Southampton, trying to save them from relegation with now just 4 games left of the Premier League season. Now, there's been a couple of games with teams involved in the relegation battle just before we play our next match. Obviously, last episode we kicked things off with a 3-0 defeat to Bournemouth and a 2-1 defeat to Newcastle. Glad to get a goal in that Newcastle game, but we still desperately need points. And ahead of our game against Nottingham Forest in a massive relegation 6-pointer that we need to win, Leicester have been beaten by Fulham by 4-1, which is a great result for us. That means we're 5 points off Leicester rather than the 8 points that it would have been if Leicester had picked up a win. But Everton have picked up an away win over Brighton, which lifts them up to 16th on 35 points, which means we are now 9 points adrift of Leeds, who occupy the final safe space in the Premier League, and we only have 12 points left to play for. So we need to win every game basically to try and stay up. So fingers crossed. Okay, so our lineup for the away game against Nottingham Forest, we've changed our tactic a little bit. We've switched to our 4-3-3 with a defensive midfielder on direct counter-attack for this game. It seems to have worked better for us in the past few games than the sort of off 4-4-2 that we've been using. So in goal, we've got Gavin Bazunu still. We've got Livramento in at right back, Bednarek alongside Salisu in central defence with Roman Perrault at left back. Ibrahima Diallo is in defensive midfield. Carlos Alcaraz making his first start for us in centre midfield with the central midfielder on attack role. Ward-Prowse alongside him. He's not been playing too great, but hopefully he can. We're just relying on his free kicks and his set pieces, really. Although saying that, I'm pretty sure he missed a penalty in one of the previous games, so maybe his set pieces aren't as good as I'm thinking. Stuart Armstrong is at right wing, Mislav Orsic at left wing, and Che Adams is up front on his own. Let's see if we're going to continue this save or not, because if we don't win against Nottingham Forest, we're pretty much guaranteed it's going down. Now, Gibbs-White, forward to our knee. We need to try and win the ball back here. A defeat to Nottingham Forest, like I said, would pretty much signify us being relegated from the Premier League, just like in real life for Southampton, as Renan Lodi runs down the left-hand side, ball in, Bednarek hooks that clear, but there's nobody up there. Now Nakate to Danilo. Now Renan Lodi out on the left again, looking to get another ball into the box. We're not defending well at all. Ball into the box, our knees there, and he has headed that in to give Nottingham Forest the early lead. Free kick for Forest. It's Johnson to take it towards Gibbs-White, and is that going to be a penalty? I think it's a handball. It's a penalty. We are going down. We are going to get relegated. After just 3 games in charge of Southampton, if this penalty is given, I'm not holding out much hope for us to get anywhere in this game. It's a penalty to Nottingham Forest, a chance to go 2 up and to help their relegation chances, or their chances of avoiding relegation, I should say. But Bazunu with an excellent save from the Niakate penalty, and he keeps us in this game and in the fight for survival as well, as Lingard plays a ball across and Bazunu comes out nicely to collect that. Bazunu is going on a little dribble there himself. Forward to Adams. That's won in the air by the Forest defender, but it falls to Diallo now. Armstrong with a through ball. Che Adams is through on goal. It's Adams. Is it going to go in? It's cleared off the line by Philippe. So close to a much needed equalising goal. There's the goal line technology. You can see it didn't go over the line. A goal line clearance from Philippe in the Nottingham Forest defence has stopped us from getting an equaliser here. So half-time, we're going to make a change at the back. Bednarek isn't doing well. He's on a yellow card. He's got a 6.3 rating. So we are going to bring on DCC for him in central defence. Okay, 65 minutes gone. No chances yet in this second half. We are going to take Che Adams off. We're going to move Orsic up front. And then we're going to bring on Sulemana from the bench. Kamaldeen Sulemana. He had a bit of involvement in the last game when we brought him on. So hopefully he can do the same today. Still nothing happening. Just over 10 minutes to go. We're going to have to make a change that's going to push us more attacking. So Diallo is going to be, temporarily pushed up to striker, but we're going to take him off. And we're going to bring on Onuachu for him up front as a target forward. Time is very quickly escaping us here. So we're going to have to make a wild change. Livramento is going to move up to right wing back. We are going to take Armstrong off and bring on his namesake, Adam Armstrong. And hopefully I'm going to be able to squeeze him in up front. Oh, I hate it when it does this. There we go. So Adam Armstrong is going to move up front. We're moving to a 3 up front because we literally have no other options. This is our last throw of the dice. We've got mere seconds left. And we have lost 1-0 to Nottingham Forest. I think it could be over. I think that, it's never really been alive since we've taken charge of this Southampton team. And you can see there already confirmation. Southampton have been relegated to the Championship. We are now 10 points adrift of Nottingham Forest after they've just beaten us. And that means that we can no longer catch up to 17th place. But what we'll do is we'll see if we can finish a bit better than Southampton did and finish anywhere except for bottom of the table. So we've got 3 games left to try and finish 19th or 18th. We're 5 points adrift of Leicester and 9 points adrift of Leeds. So it would take a massive goal difference swing for us to be able to finish 18th, but we might be able to finish 19th. So let's see how we go. Okay, here we go. It is another Premier League game. We are, of course, relegated already, but we face Fulham at home, and we have been ordered by the board to play a pressing style of football for this one. So we're going to go with a gegenpress. That's the same formation as previously, but I've just realised that we're not actually ready for the game, so give me a second. There we go. The early kickoff has happened now. Leeds have won against Newcastle, which takes them out of the relegation zone and knocks Forest back into the relegation zone. My new target, because I now feel like it's not likely to finish 18th or 19th, is just to get a better points total than they did in real life. So Southampton ended on 25 points in real life. They only picked up a draw against Liverpool on the final game of the season to make that 25 points. So hopefully we can match or surpass that. Okay, so like I said, gegenpress is the tactical style for this one. Same formation, pretty much the same side. We've got a few changes. Walker-Peters is in at right back for Livramento. DCC is alongside Salisu in place of Bednarek, who I think partnered Salisu last time out. Lavia is in a defensive midfield in place of Diallo. Alcaraz and Ward-Prowse remain in centre midfield. Alcaraz, by the way, he's been promoted, I think, from the youth setup. That's why he hadn't played up until this point. Gineppo is at right wing in place of Stuart Armstrong, and then everyone else is exactly the same. So let's see if we can pick up a win or just a point. Anything would be nice in our final 3 games of the league campaign. Corner from Ward-Prowse very early on. Can we get an early goal? It would be very annoying if we start playing good football when we've just been relegated. But Orsic, nice cut inside from him. He's in the box now. It's Orsic with a shot and it's just over the bar. Orsic now on the left-hand side. Cuts inside. Miroslav Orsic. He's looked very dangerous today. It's Orsic with another shot that goes over the bar. Throw in deep in the Fulham half. And it's Walker-Peters to take it. He finds Gineppo. Ball in towards Ward-Prowse. Perro's got it now. It's Adams in the box. He turns and shoots, but it's blocked by the defender. And now Fulham can get on the counter-attack with Alexander Mitrovic. Mitrovic, though, dispossessed by Lavia. And now we can get back on the attack. Long ball forward looking for Adams. Diop wins in the air, but Ward-Prowse collects it. Ball over the top of the defence to Alcaraz. And he's fired that wide. The youngster almost getting us our first, well, it wouldn't be our first goal, it would be our second goal, but what could be our first win if he'd scored that, but he didn't. So Willian. Tete with the ball in. Mitrovic, oh my, Bazunu, what are you doing? Mitrovic has given Fulham the first goal of the game, and it's a calamity at the back for Gavin Bazunu in goal. It was Kenny Tete with a throw-in. Willian dispossessed, but the ball fell to Tete. Deflected cross over. Looked like Bazunu was going to collect it. Didn't get out in time. Mitrovic won the ball there first and headed it past him. And it's now 1-0 to Fulham, despite us being on top, surprisingly, for the majority of the game so far. And now Fulham with a free kick. Andreas with the ball in. And it's off the bar, or the post. There's some sort of woodwork and cleared. It's DCC at the back. Now Lavia to Ward-Prowse. Nice pass to Alcaraz. Alcaraz with a through ball. It's Che Adams. That was some beautiful football. Can Adams get the finish? He can. It's 1-0. No, it's not. It's 1-1. I don't know where I am. Che Adams has got the equaliser. And we could be on for our first point. We've got to celebrate the little things at this stage of the season. Ward-Prowse to Alcaraz. Alcaraz with a beautiful through ball. Just a nice bit of football there from those 3. And then Adams, a bit lucky. Leno gets a palm to it, but the power is too much on the shot. And it ends up in the back of the net. Can we hold on for our first point as manager of Southampton? It's Kazawa on the left-hand side for Fulham. Plays it inside to Lukic. Lukic back to Kazawa into the box. Mitrovic with a header, and Fulham are back in the lead, but is it onside? Mitrovic thinks he's got Fulham back ahead, but the referee is going to consult VAR, and this could be disallowed. Oh, it's not. It's 2-1 to Fulham. So we're going to make a couple of changes. I think it's time. Gineppo is going to make way. We're going to bring on Stuart Armstrong for him. No, we're going to bring on El Yunusi because Stuart Armstrong looks a bit disenchanted, probably from the relegation, I imagine. And we'll take DCC off as well and bring on Bella Kotchap for him. Corner for Fulham, and it looks like they could be taking a grip of this game as the ball's played in towards Mitrovic, headed away, but Kenny is going to have another chance to get the ball into the box now. Willian into Polinia, and it is 3-1. So a game where we've looked the most in a game since taking charge of Southampton, and we are going to lose by 2 goals. That doesn't seem fair. And things could be about to get even worse. It's Carlos Vinicius into the box. It's deflected and easily collected by Bazunu, who wastes no time in getting that ball back out to the defenders. And now El Yunusi has it. Finds Walker Peters. Can we get a second goal? Give us a chance to get an equaliser later on. It's Adams. It's saved. It's Orsic, and it's also saved. No chance there with the rebound for Orsic. Good goalkeeping from Leno in the Fulham goal. Very late on now, Lavia wins a header from a Tete throw, but it's back with Fulham now, and Reed can bring the ball forward. Now Kearney switches play, looking to the left-hand side to Solomon. He flicks that on, but that is going to be hopefully easily collected by Walker Peters, and it is. And Salisu with the ball forward. Diop wins the header, but Ward-Prowse gets there first. Now Orsic, through ball. It's fallen Alcaraz. It's Alcaraz with a chance to get a second, and it's saved by the goalkeeper yet again. Leno in the Fulham goal. He's let one in already today, but he doesn't look like he wants to let any more goals past him. It's Ward-Prowse, though, with the corner. Can we get a second goal before the 90 minutes? Not with that corner, we can't. So full time, and it is a 3-1 defeat, despite us looking quite into this game. You can see 25 shots, 10 on target. We had a better XG, but we couldn't make our chances count. And I'm not going to make you wait for the final 2 games to the next episode. We'll just do them this episode. We'll run through them really quickly, and we'll see how many points we end on. So it's the penultimate game of the season now. We have Brighton away from home, and we're still hoping for our first point as Southampton manager. But elsewhere in the relegation battle, Leicester have been confirmed as relegated to the Championship. But it looks like it could be on for being an even more tasty final day survival battle than in real life, because Nottingham Forest are on 34 points. Leeds are one place above them on 36 points. Both have 2 games left to play. If Forest and Leeds both win their games, I'm not sure who they're playing against, but I can see Forest, actually I am sure who they're playing against because they're playing right now. We could be on for any team all the way up to Everton being in with a shout of getting relegated on the final day. So we'll keep an eye on that. So a quick run through of the lineup for the Brighton game. Same tactic, same formation, doing the gegenpress because the board have asked us to. Kyle Walker-Peters is in at left back today, not the right back that he's played in previously. Who else has changed? I think Armstrong is back in. I don't think he played the last game at right wing. And pretty much everywhere else is the same as it was last game. So hopefully we can do something. Just do something. Free kick. Ward-Prowse to take it to the back post to DCC with a header, and it's gone in. It's 1-0. Is it going to count though? The referee is running over as if to say this might be going to VAR. DCC with a header. And it's been given. An early opening goal. 12 minutes in, great ball in from Ward-Prowse. Sanchez should arguably do better in the Brighton goal, but I'm not going to complain. Well, the VAR was for offside, but I think, as you can see from the lines there, DCC was very clearly onside. Welbeck with a header down. Ferguson's through, and that lead lasted all of about 8 minutes as Evan Ferguson has got Brighton back on level terms. Lallana with a free kick for Brighton. It looks like they're getting back into this one, and Ferguson with a header over the bar. Alcaraz with a great challenge in the middle of the field there. Now Stuart Armstrong. Ball over the top looking for Che Adams. Can we get back in the lead? It's Adams. He's gone a bit wide. And that was to his detriment as he narrowed the angle for himself. And Sanchez was able to make a decent save in the Brighton goal. But we have a corner. Ward-Prowse to take it. He's already got 1 assist today. Can he get a second? Not with a ball like that, he can't. Free kick. Ward-Prowse in the box to DCC again, and it's headed just wide by him. Almost his second goal of the game. Almost the same link-up as well. Ward-Prowse to DCC, but it wasn't to be. Throw in deep in our half. Lamptey to McAllister. Back to Lamptey. Now Solly Marsh to Caicedo. Welbeck. And Brighton have taken the lead. We're back to how you would have expected it to go. 33 minutes in. 2-1 Brighton. Welbeck on the halfway line. Gives it to the left back. Estepinian. Really struggled to say that name there. Estepinian. Forward to Welbeck. Brighton looking to get a third just before half-time. Welbeck with the ball in the box. Marches there with a header. He beats Walker-Peters in the air, but it's off the bar, and then March with another attempt. After that clearance from DCC, went straight to him, but he missed. Veltman on the right-hand side for Brighton looking to get a third just before the end of the game. It's Veltman right down by the byline now and cuts inside into the box. Ball across to Ferguson, and that is blocked and out for a corner. Gilmore with the corner from the left-hand side for Brighton. 5 minutes left in this game. It's not looking likely that we are going to get a point in this game, and it's going to go down to the final game of the season against Liverpool to see if we can match Southampton's points total for the season, as Bazunu punches that out, but it's gone straight to Veltman, and then it's a good save from Bazunu, just about keeping that from going over the line there with his dive that seemed to hit off the post. Moda, ball over the top of the defence. Welbeck's through on goal. It's Welbeck, and Welbeck has got a third for Brighton, or has he? The referee is going to check this one for offside. Have Brighton got a third? No, they haven't. It's been disallowed, so we're still technically in the game, although not really looking very likely to score. In the dying seconds of the game now, it's Brighton on the ball. If we can win the ball back now, we might have a chance for a counter-attack, but Estepinian with the ball at the top to Undav. Undav into the box now, into McAllister, and that is some dodgy defending from DCC there. He gets away with it. There was Bella Kotchap, hooks it clear, but Brighton still on the attack. Well, they were. Are they still on the attack? No, they're not on the attack, because there's a full-time whistle. Nobody's on the attack. Full-time, 2-1 Brighton. Still not got a point yet as Southampton manager. So this is our last chance to try and get any form of point as Southampton manager. It's the final game of the season. As you know, we're already relegated. We're playing against Liverpool at home. Let's see what we can do. So we're going to continue with the 4-3-3 with a defensive midfielder and gegenpress tactical style. We've got Bazunu in goal, Livramento at right back, DCC alongside Salisu in central defence, Cal Walker-Peters at left back, Lavia in defensive midfield, Alcaraz alongside Ward-Prowse in centre midfield, Gineppo on the right wing, Orsic on the left wing, and Che Adams up front. Can we get a surprise result against Liverpool? In real life, obviously, Southampton did pick up a point against Liverpool. I believe that was their only point in their last 6 games. So can we recreate history rather than rewriting it? Adams. Now Alcaraz on the counter-attack. 12 minutes gone. Can we get a very early chance? What would be the first chance of the game? It's Gineppo on the right-hand side. He comes back and goes all the way back to DCC in defence, who plays it back to Gineppo, who's very quickly closed down. But Gineppo's got the ball once again from Livramento, and he decides to come back again. Lavia, the nice switcher play to the left-hand side, a bit far, but Orsic is going to keep it in. Pulls it back to Ward-Prowse. Now Walker-Peters. It's Lavia with the shot, and it's just pulled wide of the goal from Romeo Lavia. Jota on the halfway line, plays it forward to Naby Keita. Naby Keita now going on a bit of a run. It's Naby Keita. You've never seen him do this in real life for Liverpool, but he's doing it in the game. He pulls it back to Fabinho, and it's 1-0 to Liverpool after 16 and a half minutes. And it doesn't look like we're going to get a point from our time in charge of Southampton. So I just realised I forgot to take a look at the league table ahead of this final game of the season. So I think it's between Forest, Leeds and Wolves as to who goes down. Currently, all 3 of those teams are drawing. I think Forest would need a massive goal swing to be able to overtake Wolves at least. However, if they win and Leeds lose, then Forest can confirm their survival. Obviously, in real life, it was Leeds that joined Leicester and Southampton in going down. So we'll see what happens. Free kick just inside our half. DCC plays it short to James Ward-Prowse. Getting closed down very quickly. Obviously, the high press of Liverpool working well for them, as it seems to do most of the time, as Salah now plays that to Darwin Nunez. Diego Jota through on goal. It's Jota, tries to round the keeper. Bazunu standing up strong and tall and makes a good save. Okay, Fabinho gives the ball away to Alcaraz. Now Orsic with a shot, and that was just over the top of the goal. Fabinho, the man who scored the goal, almost giving one away. And Wolves have gone 2-0 down to Arsenal, so they are dropping down the table. But like I said, Forest need to win by 4 goals currently if they're going to try and guarantee their survival with the way things stand. Half-time, worst performer out there is Gineppo. He's on a yellow card. He's on a 6.3 rating. We're going to take him off. El Yunusi is the only person on the bench that doesn't look disenchanted, apart from the goalkeeper. So we'll bring on El Yunusi for him. Jota on the left-hand side. Plays it back to Tsimikas. Now Keita looking for the through ball. Nice interception from Livramento and Lavia with a lovely through ball to Orsic. Can we get on level terms here? It's Orsic. He's in the box. Pulls the cross. Adams should be scoring there. That was the perfect opportunity to draw level. And he's just smashed that wide. But we have a throw-in. We could have another opportunity here. Orsic on the ball. Plays it back to Salisu. Now Walker-Peters on the left-hand side. Great pass to Orsic. Chance to get a ball in, but that is a bad touch. And Liverpool win possession back. But give it straight away. Back to us with DCC. Now El Yunusi. looking for a run down the right-hand side, but Keita nips in there to win the ball back for Liverpool, and Jota has it now inside Liverpool half. It's Walker-Peters again at left-back, looking to run past Salah. It's a good tackle from Salah, but Walker-Peters somehow holds on to the ball and continues his run. Still Walker-Peters, ball through to Adams. Adams with a chance now. It's Che Adams. He's shot and it's gone in. Che Adams has scored. Walker-Peters just didn't know when to give up there, and he finds a perfect pass through to Che Adams, and we have drawn level against Liverpool in the final game of the season. And bad news for Forest, as they have gone a goal down against Palace. Leeds still 0-0 with Spurs, but it looks like Forest are going to be the team that go down. So in a way, with this save, we have rewritten history, just not for Southampton, for Leeds and Nottingham Forest. Corner for Liverpool. Please don't take my point away from me. It's Konate with a header. It's off the bar. I don't know what Bazunu thought he was doing. He looked like he was just completely lost there, but I think it was DCC who managed to clear that eventually. At the start of this save, I would have been hoping for a bit more than just 1 point from 6 games, but that is the way that the cookies crumbled. We're into added time now, injury time, and Liverpool have won the ball back. We look knackered out there. It's Curtis Jones now on the ball for Liverpool, hoping to spoil my day. Robertson with the ball in, headed away by DCC, but Naby Keita is going to collect it, and Naby Keita on the ball through to Fabinho, looking for his second. It's Fabinho, and he scored. Oh, we're not going to get a point in the 6 games that we're going to have in charge of Southampton. Fabinho with his second goal of the game, and Liverpool have just, they've ruined my day. Forest have equalised in the game against Palace. That's not enough currently though. I don't think it was enough altogether. I didn't see any score changes there, but for us, it's gone poorly. We've rewritten history in a bad way for us. We've got 1 point less than Southampton did in real life. And we've also rewritten history in a bad way for Nottingham Forest fans, as they have been relegated instead of Leeds. Leeds drawing 0-0 with Spurs. Nottingham Forest managing a 1-1 draw with Palace. Not enough in the end. They finished 2 points adrift of safety, joining ourselves and Leicester in the Championship for next season. So this is the final Premier League table for our little mini save as Southampton. And as we've said many times before, we did not do a good job in rewriting history. At the top end of the table, Spurs somehow having a fantastic run at the end of the season to finish 5th ahead of Liverpool and Brighton. Aston Villa not getting any European football either, which is against what happened in real life. But top 4 is pretty much the same, I think. Pretty sure United finished ahead of Newcastle, so not much change there. The only real change from real life is, like I said, Spurs being in the Europa League and Leeds not getting relegated. So that is it for this first part of this mini-series of rewriting history. We will be doing some more of these in other countries in the top 5 European leagues, trying to save people from relegation, trying to win league titles if they didn't already. If you've got any ideas of teams or saves that I could do that would rewrite history for the last 6 to 8 games of the season that's just finished, let me know in the comment section down below. I do have a few ideas, but any more would be more than welcome. I obviously don't want to stay in England constantly, so any other of the top 5 European leagues would be nice. I think it's only the top leagues that the mod works for, but suggest others as well. We'll see what we can do. But that is it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel to get all my content when it comes out, hit the notification bell to stay notified, and I'll see you next time.